Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You cannot heal what you refuse to feel. Suppression only blocks. Let's talk more about it. Whether it's pain, emotion, stress, symptoms, we cannot heal what we've been stuffing away. Let's talk about what suppression looks like. We might think that we are not suppressed, that we are okay, but our body is screaming otherwise. But if you were okay, you wouldn't have so much tension in your body. You wouldn't have a lot of chronic illnesses manifest. You wouldn't feel disconnected and burnt out. A lot of the ways that we might be suppressing is staying super busy. It's a way of disconnection. We stay busy and we stay active so we don't feel the suppression. Saying that you're okay when you're not okay, that's suppression. You silence yourself to avoid conflict, that is suppression. Numbing with alcohol, with drugs, with food, with sex, with scrolling, that's all suppressing emotions. Tension in our bodies. Are we constantly feeling tense? Tight shoulders, aches that don't go away, chronic pains, hormonal imbalances. Suppression will manifest in the body like tight muscles. So this is a form of protection. We tense up. People that are open to life will stand with a chest you're open. Versus if you have a lot of emotional suppression, disconnection, stress, you will feel close. So this lunging, digestion issues, that means we can't stomach something. Anxiety, that's stuck emotion. So anxiety is a big one. That's just we have an overload of stuff that we're carrying inside already. So we will feel it in our body. And again, for us women, hormonal imbalances. For me, it manifested as chronic back pain. I was in survival constantly. Lower back pain, that is our root chakra, right? So that is where if we're in survival, it will be activated. Our body usually starts speaking to us a little by little, and then when we don't listen, it starts screaming at us, and that's when even illnesses can manifest from so much stress in our body. The more we avoid, the more we betray, the more we neglect ourselves, the more the symptoms are going to get louder and louder and louder. If you look at it through another lens, I would say look at it as a car, right? Our body is our vehicle. And whenever something arises, that's like the check engine light turns on. Emotions that we have been suppressing, needs that we have been suppressing, voice that we have been silencing, betrayals that we have been committing on ourselves. All this is basically stress on the body. And when there's an accumulation of a lot of different stressors, because we live in the society nowadays, we don't only have emotional stressors, we have the stressors of having to show up and paying the bills and showing up for friends and showing up for family and showing up for other people, and the stressors of maybe pollution and the stressors of food and the toxins, like these are all stressors. But emotions, I feel like, is something that is neglected a lot because we don't see the magnitude or the importance of it until our body starts screaming out for help. We could try covering it up by, going to a spa day and giving yourself a massage. And yes, it's going to feel good for the moment. And I am all for it. But when we haven't dealt with all the suppressed emotions that we've been holding on, a lot of us since childhood, it's just like putting a little band-aid on this big wound. You're neglecting yourself. When it's like a messenger. It's like the check engine light turned on. So that's just the messenger, like, hey, it's time to look inward. Something that you're ingesting, something that you haven't expressed, something is off. So the first step is acknowledgement. And how could we even acknowledge it's something that we are so numbed out to? Well, this is where awareness comes. Awareness comes from taking that pause and asking yourself with curiosity, what is this trying to show me? What do you need, body? How can I support you, body? I am here. I am listening. Not avoiding it, not suppressing it, not minimalizing it. No. What do you think your body would say? Now, obviously, our body can't communicate through words, but it communicates through symptoms. It communicates through aches and pains. It communicates through imbalances. So now your job as the soul inhabiting this body is to pause and with curiosity and with love to listen. And sometimes with emotional suppression, all it's asking you is to pause and allow. I'm going to say that again. All that is asking you is to pause and allow. Allow yourself to feel that emotion, even though it's uncomfortable. Allow yourself to speak that truth. Allow yourself to feel that fear. If you look at one of my previous videos, when we feel safe enough to feel, when we quiet and we give ourselves time and space to feel, that is the permission you're giving yourself for your body to relax enough for it to release. A lot of this is just acknowledgement is the first step, and then pausing and feeling. When you pause and feel, or when you pause and speak your truth out loud, when you express what you're suppressing out of fear, it's like you start to unload all these things that we're carrying, that we've been suppressing. And when we are unloading, sometimes we need to unload for a long time. Sometimes it's been years of suppression. And it's going to take a while. It doesn't happen overnight. The body needs to feel safe. It's really easy and simple, but because sometimes it comes really loaded with heavy emotions, we run away from it, or we minimize how important it is to unload all these things that we've been carrying. Give yourself permission to speak out. Gives it acknowledgement. There's so many different ways of letting it out. And if you go look at one of my previous videos, you will see I give a list of ways to release all that suppression that you've been holding. I hope you liked today's video. It's a quick little permission to connect with your body so you could release what you've been suppressing. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe and follow me along this journey of survival to sovereignty. Thank you for showing up today.